Hi, this is Mrs. Rodrigues with mean, median, and range lesson video. Okay, so let's take a look at this warm-up. The middle school administrators are deciding whether to buy new lighting for the auditorium, scoreboard, or a new scoreboard for the basketball court. Which sampling method will give the administrators the most accurate idea of what most students want to purchase? All right, so let's take a look at these individually. A, ask a random sample of students in the school's drama club. Okay, so this isn't going to be random because instead of getting a little bit of every kind of student at the school, they're only getting the kids in the drama club. So of course they're going to want the lights, right? They're going to be biased. So they're no good. B, ask the 7th grade students in the math club. Once again, this is not random because you're not getting the 6th and 8th graders and it's only the kids that are in math club. Not everybody goes to math club. C, ask the students on the school's basketball team. Once again, they're only targeting one type of student, which in this case are on the basketball team, basketball players, and they're probably going to say they want a new scoreboard, but you're still not getting an idea of what everybody at the school would want. And then we have D, ask every 10th student in the school directory. Now, if you don't know what a school directory is a list of all students in a school. Okay, so what they're saying, out of every single student in the school, they're going to choose every 10th person on the list. So yes, that is random. That would be a good sample to take to get the most accurate idea of what all the kids at the school would want. All right, so today we're doing mean, median, and range. Today is going to be a little different because you're actually going to be doing a special assignment with your partner. It's going to be a team challenge. You're going to be doing an escape room. But before you can start the escape room on Google Classroom, we need to make sure that you understand mean, median, and range and that you have all the notes. So you have all the information you need to survive the escape room and escape. Okay, so let's start with mean. The mean is a measure of center in which the sum of the data is taken. It can be found by, number 1, finding the sum of all the data points, and 2, dividing by the number of data points there are. The mean can be thought of as determining the fair share. Okay, so what does all this mean? Well, that means that you're going to first, here's your steps. Okay, so step 1 is saying you're going to add all the numbers. Okay, and then the step 2 is saying that you're going to divide by however many numbers there are, by how many numbers you added. So if there's 3 numbers that you added together, you would divide by 3. If there were 10 numbers you added together, you would divide by 10. If there was 1,000,000 numbers you added together, then you would divide by 1,000,000. Okay, so those are the steps for mean. And another word for mean is average. Okay, so taking the average is finding the mean. All right, let's move on to median. The median is a measure of center in which the middle of the data is determined, or the middle number, sorry, of the data is determined. It can be found by, number 1, ordering the data from least to greatest, and 2, determining the middle number of the data set. If there is not a middle number, then find the mean or average of the 2 middle numbers. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So the median is the middle number. So go ahead and highlight that. It is the middle number, okay? And your steps to doing this is first you have to order the numbers. So here's my steps, right? And step 1 is saying you order numbers from smallest to biggest. Okay? And then the step 2, determine the middle number. Yeah, you find the middle number. And if there is no middle number, then you're going to take the average of the two middle numbers. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you an example of both. Now, the very last thing we need to worry about is the range, and it's just stated right here. Get out your highlighters, make little stars, whatever you need to do to highlight this, but the range is the biggest number minus the smallest number. That's all it is. The biggest minus the smallest. Okay? So, let's take a look at our example. Roanoke Middle School is holding a walkathon, and the top 5 finishers are shown in the table below. So for A, they want to know what the mean is, B, they want the median, and C, they want the range. Here's the number of laps and the data points we were given, okay? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 data points, and for the mean, we need to add them all together. So I'm going to add these all together. And when you add 35 plus 33 plus 33 plus 32 plus 30, you get 163. And then we said that for the mean, your steps, right? Step 1, add all numbers. We did, and we got 163. Step 2 was divide by how many numbers you added. Okay, and we counted them up and we got 5 of them. So we added up 5 numbers. So it's going to be 163 divided by 5. Okay, and if you do 163 divided by 5, you get 32.6. And that is going to be our mean, 32.6. All right, for B, what is the median number of laps that the top 5 finishers completed? Well, the median, we know, let me change colors. Step 1 for the median, we said you have to order the numbers from least to greatest, or smallest to biggest. Okay? And then step 2, find middle number. All right, so let's order them. The smallest number we have is 30, so 30 will be first, and then it's going to be 32, and then 33, 33, and then 35. Even though the 33 repeats, it's still 2 different kids that got 33, so you write both of them down, okay? You don't just write it once, you write it however many times it shows up. So if there's 2 33s, you would write 2 of them. If there were 5 33s, you'd write 5 of them. Okay. Now, you can do this however you like best. I like to kind of like cross them out until I get to the middle number. And in this case, my middle number is 33. So my median is going to be 33. Now, go ahead and draw a line here and draw a line going across. Now, in that case, we had a middle number. There was an odd set of numbers, so we had a middle one. But what happens if there's not a middle number? It said we had to take the average, but what does that look like? So let's go ahead and do that. So here's an example of if there's no middle number. Okay? So if there's no middle number, let's take that data point, but I'm going to add a new data point. So I'm going to add a 31. So it's going to be 30, 31, 32, 33, another 33, and a 35. So the first thing you do, here's your steps. Order from smallest or least to greatest, or smallest to biggest, right? And we did that. Step 2, find the middle number. So let's go ahead and choose a different color. I'm going to cross them out until I get a middle number. Now in this case, I don't have a middle number. I have 2 that are in the middle. So step 3 is find the mean of the two middle numbers. So the mean, we add them together, so it's going to be 32 plus 33. That equals 65. And then we divide by however many numbers we added. So in this case, we added 2 numbers, so it's going to be 65 divided by 2, and you end up with 32.5. So that is going to be our median since there was no middle number. So that's how it looks if there is no middle number. You just take whatever 2 numbers that are left in the middle and you do the average. You add them together and divide by 2 because you're only adding 2 numbers. Okay? All right. Now let's look at the range. Now the range we know is the biggest minus the smallest, or the largest minus the least, whatever. Okay, biggest minus smallest. So in our group of 5 here, the largest number is 35. The smallest number is 30, so our range is going to equal 5. It's that simple. You take the biggest number and the smallest number and you find the difference or subtract them. And in this case, we get the number 5. All right, so for today's assignment, you're going to be practicing doing the mean, median, and range in an escape room that you can access. Let's get back in there. That you can access, that you can access on my Google Classroom. So mean, median, and range escape room, you must show your work on your worksheet packet to get credit. And you can see that there's room to show your work, to write the answers, to write the clues, and you're going to work through the problems and solve and hopefully be able to escape the escape room, okay? And then after that, you have your Module 5 spiral homework, so that you're going to work on your own too. And keep in mind, it's got a little bit of everything we've learned this year, right, on your 5 problems. So as always, if you have any questions, if you're confused about anything, need additional help, whatever it may be, feel free to ask me during class, after class, or feel free to make an appointment to see me during office hours. I hope you guys have a great day. Good luck. Bye.